Hello, wonderful listeners and watchers of this video. My name is Wayne Walker. I am the host of this new endeavor of mine. It's called Hypno's Lions Roar. This is the first episode of this endeavor of what I'm putting together. The desire of it, or the hope, if you will, for this project is to educate people and introduce them to hypnosis, introduce you to the carnivore diet and how it works and why it works, hypnosis, of what the benefits are. I've been a hypnotist for over almost 2 decades now, and I've always been on a mission to help and entertain people using the art of hypnosis, because this is an art. However, I don't hypnotize people. People hypnotize themselves. People go in and out of hypnosis every day, anywhere from 5 to 7 times a day, if you listen to the statistics. I'm also an Army veteran. I'm a devoted martial artist, seasoned business person, if you will. And today I'm thrilled to welcome you to the absolute first episode of the Hypno Lions Roar, the podcast with teeth, where the mesmerizing world of hypnosis and the powerful carnivore way of eating come together. Now, why would you think that hypnosis and carnivore diet go together? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this, that hypnosis, because I firmly believe that hypnosis, let me lower this camera or raise this camera just a little bit, if you will, kind of center me back in here. There we go. Hypnosis, if you will, it's not the silver bullet, but it's probably the closest thing to a silver bullet that you'll ever come across in helping you grow and change and modify who you are in a good way. Okay. We all have habits and stuff from our past that we've drug with us, that our subconscious mind uses for information in order to make everyday decisions, and how you look at things, how you interact with people, and how you react, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to educate you over the course of this podcast and the coming episodes on that very thing. And I'm going to hopefully inspire you to learn more. And you can believe in hypnosis or you don't believe in it or whatever. That's completely up to you. Hypnosis is a modality of treatment that is recognized by the medical community. Although a lot of doctors have no idea what it is or how it works, but it is recognized. It's been around for a long time. It's a natural process. You've already been hypnotized through, whether it's been advertising or through politicians, pastors, preachers, churches. Everything contains a little bit of hypnotic language and a little bit of hypnotic imagery. And I'm going to educate you about that. Carnivore diet. Why the carnivore diet? Well, I embarked on the carnivore diet along with my wife back in September, second week of September, back in 2023. At the time, I was extremely overweight, and I had tried everything. I have been an athlete for most of my life, my younger years. I was a martial artist. I'm a martial artist. I've trained. I've owned schools. I've trained teams for Junior Olympics. Was on the All-Army Martial Arts, All-Army Karate team in the military. Always in shape, and then life got in the way where you work, move, drive, eat things that you're not supposed to eat. And I got overweight. And I'm part of the VA system, so the VA wanted to help me lose that weight. And I went through their MOVE program, and that educational, ineffective. I tried everything. My wife and I own a small farm, and we raise cows and chickens and ducks and quail and goats, pigs in the past. So we have our own meat. We process our own meat. So we don't go out to eat. We don't eat a lot of fast food or junk food. But I continued to gain weight and was at an impasse. I was even talking to my primary care doctor at the VA about gastric bypass, about getting on this Ozempic. And that's how desperate I was. I had gone back to the gym. My knees, I had a knee replacement. I was prevented from being really active because of knee pain. I mean, it was just one thing after another, after another, after another. And then my wife was so concerned that she said, we're doing the carnivore diet, which we should have been doing anyway. And there was no reason for us not to, because I've got 3 freezers of meat, of beef, pork, quail. I mean, it's criminal for me not to do that. So second week in September, I started that. I was at just over 330 some odd pounds. And today, as of the recording of this episode, or this first episode, I am sitting at 249 pounds. You do the math. September, October, November, December, January. So about 5 months, okay, of eating the carnivore way. And I wish I could tell you that I was extremely rigid and that there were days that we did cheat because of traveling for a couple of days, and day that we just said, hey, we're going to go have sushi and we're going to have a cheat day. So, and I can tell you that I'm still losing weight. I'm about 30 pounds from my goal weight, my fighting weight. Okay. So in the course of those few months, this is what it's gotten me. And it has probably been the easiest thing that I've ever done in terms of my health. And that's without exercise. Okay. That's without exercise. Now, I did start going back to the gym a couple of months ago. It has been inconsistent for a variety of reasons, time, getting in the way. And we do have a small farm here, and I try to go to the gym in the morning, because if I don't do it in the morning, it's not going to happen. I don't have the time, because as a hypnotist, I am a working hypnotist. I have clients that come in that I meet with throughout the day. I meet with them online and in person here locally. I live in South Texas in the Rio Grande Valley. So my time is precious. And then I have my honeydews that my wife wants me to do here on the farm. And that's our time. That's the carnivore diet. Now, at the heart of this endeavor, the Hypno Lion's Roar, my mission and desire is to explore the extraordinary potential within each one of us through bringing these two worlds together to support each other. Because there are people that start the carnivore diet and they fail. And the reason they fail is because they can't or don't stick with the process. It's a very simple process. You eat animal products, which is meat, chicken, pork, seafood, meat, and eggs, and if you can tolerate a little bit of dairy. And that's it. Okay? That is it. And the first week or so is probably going to be your hardest time to get acclimated to that, because you're used to sitting down and having a little bit of this and having a little bit of that and this, and there's no vegetables. We don't eat vegetables. We don't eat fruit. And there's reasons behind all of that, which I'll go into at a later time. I will educate you on that. I have videos of medical doctors that I follow religiously. I listen to them. I research what they say. I look at the studies, and I will send that out to and post it on this video or on this podcast, if you will, access to that. And I work with people in hypnosis to help them lose weight. And hypnosis in of itself will not cause you to lose weight. Okay, you can't do hypnosis and just all of a sudden start losing weight. What hypnosis will do is, if you have sugar cravings, carbohydrate addictions, or sugar addiction, overeating issues, all of the things that you need to pull in, that is what hypnosis can help you with, which will cause you to lose weight. However, you have to have the right plan. And I've worked with all of them. The closest thing it came to helping me with losing weight was the keto diet. And we started the keto diet and lost a little bit of weight. But the problem with the keto diet that I had was that there were too many loopholes. And you go to the grocery store and it says keto this and keto that. And I go, oh, you can have that, which is a bunch of nonsense. But anyway, okay. And I learned that after the fact. So we fell off of that, and that's the way it is. Okay. But I want to help people get to optimum health. And I do that with hypnosis. And I do that. I'm going to do that. I am doing that with helping people understand the carnivore diet, the way that to eating the carnivore way. Because you'll learn that it's the best way for us to eat. Not only have I lost the weight, my blood pressure after 2 weeks went normal. I have no medication. I quit all my medications. My cardiologist has no idea yet. I take my blood pressure pretty much every day. Right now, the 30-day average is 123/82, I think it is. And it goes down. There's a parameter. And I send those to him. He thinks that the medications are doing one. He just has no idea that I don't take the medications anymore. So on my next visit with him, he'll be informed that I didn't take them since the end of September of last year, 23. Pains have gone away. Brain fog has gone away. Energy has increased beyond what I could expect. My blood work is, as my general practitioner at the VA says, is amazing, to go from what it was to what it is. And now he's on the carnivore diet. He gave me his cell phone, and I text him the links that he needs to watch to videos. My chiropractor's also on the carnivore diet now, because they've seen the transformation. I didn't see my primary care doctor I saw him back in July of last year at whatever, and that when I was discussing the gastric bypass with him, and he was actively trying to get that for me. I didn't see him again until towards the end of January of this year. And when he saw me, and I wore my clothes that were obviously too big. Literally, if I took my belt off, my pants would drop down to the ground. That's the number of inches that I've lost. And he about fell over. So anyway, so the purpose of this whole podcast, again, is to bring the hypnosis and the carnivore experience, if you will, together. All right. I'm not a nutritionist, but I know how to read. I am logical, and I pride myself on having a little bit of common sense. All right. And I know when I'm being buffaloed about bullshit. All right. And none of my doctors, except for my primary care, none of my doctors, cardiologists, orthopedic surgeon that replaced my knee, that none of them said, "Hey, lose weight." What they did do was, here's a pill, and we need to do a knee replacement on you because the cartilage and that only to discover. And I was scheduled to have the other one done, which I'm not doing because I have no pain in it now. Okay. So I know a line of bullshit when I hear a line of bullshit. Now, I went to the doctor with my wife a month and a half or so ago. She's on the carnivore diet as well. That's how we eat. She lost almost 30 pounds. Okay. And I went into her appointment with the doctor. They looked at her blood work, and her cholesterol was high. And they said, "Oh, we need to put you on a statin." And she said, before I could say, "Well, that's not going to happen because I'm on the carnivore diet, and this is what happens." And she goes, "Well, you need to take supplements. You need to take vitamin C." And I go, "Oh, hold on." I said, "I'm pretty sure that you get vitamin C from the beef that you eat." And she looked at me and goes, "No, that's not true. You can't. There's no vitamin C in beef." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I wasn't, but I'm not going to argue with the doctor in an appointment yet." So she got up and walked out the room, and I Googled it. And you do get vitamin C from beef. You get all the vitamin C you need from beef. Okay. So anyway, hypnosis, lasting changes, best way to do many things. People who have anxiety, people who depression, panic attacks, stop smoking, more confidence, more thing to get rid of past trauma. I mean, hypnosis works when everything else fails. And if I had a nickel for every time that somebody came in and saw me, and after they went through their sessions to accomplish what it is that they wanted to accomplish, and they said, "Oh my God, I wish I had found you earlier," to which I say, "I wish you had come to me first." It would have prevented a lot of heartache, a lot of irritation. It would have done that. The carnivore diet has changed my life. Like, it's kind of weird. But it has given me my life back, my health. And no one will convince me different because I'm living the results. So excuse me just a minute. I must apologize. Anyway, there's a lot of people to thank for where I'm at right now. First off, my wife for pushing me to do it. But the same thing is my desire to learn, to understand, and to educate myself. And I delved into this thing heavy. I went down the rabbit hole because I wanted to know everything about it, the good, the bad, the this. I've watched debates between people who promote the carnivore diet and vegetarians. I've learned about being a vegan or a vegetarian. All right. And I can tell you without a fact that that's not how we need to eat. I've learned about the vegetables and fruits and why we shouldn't be eating vegetables and fruits, and how they, when you consume them, they turn to glucose as sugar, and sugar is what is killing people. Sugar is what is giving 10-year-olds diabetes. And you go to the grocery store and you watch people shop and all the crap that they put into their cart. And the kids are pulling stuff off the shelf of what they want that is not what they need to be eating. And we wonder why we have a population that's overweight. And when you understand the carnivore way of eating, you can drive down the street and you can look at all the restaurants, all the places to eat. And if we got back down to the basics of eating to live and not living to eat, and turning eating into a happy do this and let's get together and just eat and be gluttonous and all of this other stuff, you would realize that all the restaurants and everything, that 95% of them shouldn't exist, because they promote fat, easy to get, cheap crap. I mean, I don't know how to say it. Okay. But we don't go to restaurants. I mean, we just don't. Why? Why are you going to go there? You sit down at a table and they bring out a basket of bread. You don't need to be eating that crap. That's not how we're supposed to eat. We have to be mindful of what we're doing to our bodies. Now, if you just don't know, that's one thing. But you need to become militant in how you approach your health. You need to learn about your health. You need to learn and understand your blood work, your labs. And I'm going to give you resources of where to get that information from medical doctors. Not me. I got news for you. I'm not going to have probably original thought in any of the podcasts that I do. Maybe just a couple, but not for the most part. I'm not going to have an original thought. I'm not an inventor. I'm not a creator. I'm going to bring something to you and present it in such a way, hopefully, that I can become a platform for you to educate yourself and jump off on, because you have to become militant in how you treat your health. If you want to get healthy, you have to become militant. There's no getting around that. Okay? None. All right? And you'll get to the point, as my wife and I have done, we don't crave sugars. We don't crave desserts. We can walk past a dessert tray and not give it a second thought. Okay? Just don't. Breads, all of that, pasta, and all that other processed complex carbohydrate crap and all that stuff. We got nothing. You give me a piece of meat, okay? We pull it out, we defrost it, we cook it either on the grill or in the oven. Takes us 15 minutes. We sit down, we eat. Takes us 10 minutes. And we're done. It's not a long, drawn-out thought process of, well, we're going to have to eat. Okay, we don't have sides. All right, and that's how we eat, and it's really easy. Okay, and we practice the intermittent fasting and how we have a certain window of time to eat in, and then before that time and after that time, we don't eat. We give the body time to regenerate itself. And I've done a couple, actually 3 in the 5 months. No, 4, 2-day and 3-day fast, which prior to that, you'd have told me that. No, I'm going to get hungry, but you don't. And you feel your body is just, you can feel your body getting stronger as a result of that without exercise, because your body will find that thing. You give it the food that you need, that it craves, the nutritious food, the nutrient dense food, and the body is going to find its natural set point. And there'll be times where I'll take you out to our pasture and I'll show you pictures or video of the cows and the animals and kind of bring things in to share them with you. Because I can take a piece of pizza out to the cows and present it to them. I might smell it, but at no time will they ever eat that piece of pizza. Why is that? Now you put a bale of hay out there and they'll eat the ass end out of it. Why is that? Because that's not their diet. Now chickens, on the other hand, chickens will eat anything to a point. There's been a point where we have had a loaf of bread that is set on the counter for a month and a half, and it never molded. When I was a kid, you buy a loaf of bread. If you didn't eat it within a week or so, that bread was moldy. So they're putting stuff in the bread and you're consuming that, and that's supposed to be food? No. Mm-mm. You can take a piece of bread and throw it out to the dogs. We've got 8 dogs. Don't get me started. My wife wanted 8 dogs. But you can take a piece of bread and throw it out to the dogs and they'll sniff on it. They may lick it, but you can go out 20 minutes later and that piece of bread is still intact. Now, if you pour gravy on it, that's a different thing. But just a piece of bread, they're not going to eat it because they can tell that that's not what they need to be eating. So anyway, but another part of this podcast is going to be not only the hypnosis and carnivore, and I'm going to have sections. Okay. I'll start out with hypnosis. I'll give you some education on hypnosis. It takes about 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to that and then do the carnivore, bring in some things, educate you, present some things to you. And then I'm going to do a third segment on this podcast, and I'm going to be interviewing people. Some of them will be my clients that have gone through the hypnosis process. Why did you want to choose hypnosis? What made you that type of thing? It may be people that other hypnotists, maybe people that have started the carnivore experience and they want to share why and how and what the results have been. And God willing, maybe it's some more well-known guest at a later time. I don't know. I have no idea where this is going. All I know is that I've got this first episode that I'm doing, and it's taken me a month and a half, 2 months to get everything prepped for it. And I've got 4 other episodes that I have to record so I can get them into the mix. And then I'll do 1 a week. But I've got some other things that I'll be introducing to you as well, that I'll be offering to people to help them on this journey. If I can just be a catalyst to move you from point A to point B and get healthy, or inspire you to find a hypnotist to work with locally, or you reach out to me and I work with you remotely, because I have clients all over the country, and then 3 different countries right now, all doing it right here, because there's not a nickel's worth of difference between meeting in person and doing hypnosis like what we're doing right now, except it's 2-way, obviously. All right, so that's it for right now. I've got to be honest with you. I had a whole 5 pages of notes of what I was going to do, and it's gone to hell in a handbasket from the word go. So, but let me end with this right now. Okay, this is going to be relevant for everyone, and you may or may not agree with some of what I say, or a lot of what I say, or nothing that I say, and that's fine. But the key is to listen. The key is to educate yourself. You can disagree with me, but educate yourself. Because here's the thing about me. I'm not a betting man. I don't gamble. Unless if you ever hear me say, I'll bet you, put your money where your mouth is. If you take that bet, you will lose, because I do not bet on wish and a prayer. The only way I bet is on a sure thing. And I know the sure thing. I know what I know because I've done the research and I've done the education on the back end. There'll also be people that are just not ready for this message. Okay. You have to be ready. About 10% of the people that approach me to do hypnosis sessions, I don't take them as clients. Not because I don't want to help them, but because they aren't ready. They're not in a place that it's going to be advantageous for them. They're not in a place where they're ready for what I do. And I may not feel that I'm going to be able to deliver them a certain success ratio, because I have an ego. And my ego is, as I like success. I don't want people walking away from me going, well, I tried it and it didn't work. Well, I interview people on the front end and I weed those people out. And I don't take them as clients. The money is a non-issue with me. It really is. Money is a natural phenomenon of what I do. I'm very well paid for what I do. But it's not the driving force. Okay. But I do believe you have to have skin in the game. So imagine that this is just a seed that's being planted, and how it grows is going to be completely up to you. It's how you water it, how you take care of it, how you nurture it. But it's up to you. There's going to be a pivotal time in everyone's life where you need to release the grip on what you think you need, or what you think you want, or what you think is, and step back and just open up and listen. Good Lord gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. That's to do twice as much listening as we do talking, and people seem not to understand that. But there's going to be transformational moments as you navigate through these episodes and be exposed. You're going to have aha moments. I know it because I experienced them. And you're going to want to share that with people. You're going to have oh shit moments. Everybody does. Those moments are good. Those moments are growth. They empower you. So as you watch this podcast, I invite you to just take whatever works for you. Agree, disagree. Send me a message. If you want to say I'm a bunch of, I'm filled with a bunch of hooey, or it's a bunch of nonsense, and that's good. Okay. I'm sure people said that about gravity at one time until they stepped on top of a building and jumped off a time or two. Gravity has a way of grabbing a hold of you, I guess. So let's see. Let's see how far off I am on my notes here. I'm so off. I could go back and probably do 3 different podcasts off of everything that I've missed here. Oh my God. This is going to be really interesting. It really is. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it with this. And I am who I am. I do what I do. And I'm laying it out here. I guess I got to push it in the beginning. So anyway, here's where it's at. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know. Let me hear from you. God bless you. Have a blessed day and make good choices. Bye.